This is a review of Chapter 59 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Starting off, the chapter cover features Koichi and Aizawa, aka Eraserhead, moving through an alley in Narahata, with Koichi moving via his quirk on the ground and Aizawa jumping down from overhead. The first page in the chapter, we have Midnight rehashing her conversation with Aizawa about joining UA as a teacher. She mentions that Yamada, aka Present Mike, has already joined and become a teacher at the school. They both think that Aizawa needs a push to become a teacher, but he doesn't want them meddling in his life. Also, during their conversation, she's brushing a cat, which is an important motif that we see throughout this chapter. In the next page, we see Koichi running with a cat of his own, as well as a small child, and there's a wolf villain chasing the three of them. So Koichi tries to hand the cat off to the kid and lure the villain away, but it doesn't work. Luckily, the chase had led them to Aizawa, and he's able to take down the villain and save both the kid and the cat. After resolving the situation, he asks Koichi what he plans to do with the cat, and uses the idea of pet ownership to lecture Koichi on having the means to take on responsibility without getting in over his head. Then we get an Aizawa flashback showing how when he was in high school he had his own cat story. He was walking to school in the rain and ended up coming across a kitten in a box. He wanted to help but didn't have the means to care for it, so he decided to leave his umbrella to shield the kitten from the rain. When he gets to class, he's soaked and the teacher tells him to change into some dry clothes, but he decides to wear his wet clothes because they, quote, fit his bad mood, and he goes on to complain about how powerless he feels because he was unable to save a kitten. Of course, Yamada hears this and goes over to try and cheer up his friend, and it's during their exchange that we're introduced to a character that we've heard mentioned but haven't seen before now. This character is named Shirakumo, and he was first mentioned in chapter 217 of the original Boku no Hero Academia. He has a cloud quirk, and his demeanor totally contrasts that of Aizawa. When he arrives, he comes in through the window and immediately decides to change out of his wet clothes. He also has with him Aizawa's umbrella, and hidden in one of his clouds he has the kitten that Aizawa felt he couldn't save. Once everybody's seated, the rain ends and the teacher calls roll, which is where we get Shirakumo turning to Aizawa and giving him a big grin and a thumbs up, along with some text of Aizawa reflecting on how his mood began to improve the following summer after this event. And it's implied that this was because of Shirakumo's influence on him. So let's go back to like the major elements of the story. This chapter had a couple parts. One, there's the cat that Midnight was grooming. She was brushing his fur while talking to Aizawa, and then there's the cat that Koichi tried to save but ended up being rescued by Aizawa. Lastly, we have the kitten in the flashback. If you look at the stripe patterns of the cat that Midnight is brushing and the kitten in the flashback, you can see that they're the same cat. The cat is shown to be quite older, showing how time has passed. We don't know what happened to Shirakumo. Personally, I don't really know what to think. I originally thought he was dead. It might be that he's either retired due to an injury, like Ingenium, or it could be like Knuckle Duster. He could have had his quirk stolen. So time will tell as far as that goes. But anyway, for whatever reason, during this chapter, it seems that Midnight is taking care of his cat. The next part of the chapter is the weather. After Koichi fails to save the cat, it starts raining, which leads us into the flashback. And then once the kitten in the flashback has been saved by Shirakumo, both the rain and the flashback end, and we get narrative parallel between failure and rain and light and heroism. If you look at Shirakumo, he's drawn in this way where he has all these dazzling lights around him. He's got a really charming personality. He knows how to play a crowd. He's really a great character. I'm looking forward to seeing how he influenced Aizawa in the coming chapters. So that's it for this chapter. I hope you like this review. Subscribe to this channel for more reviews like this one. Hit that like button for the cats and comment. Let me know what you think happened to Shirakumo. Until next time, I'm Origami Cactus, signing off. Bye.